Hello everybody, it's Matthew here from Matthewnorthmusic, and as ever, if you like the kind of videos I make, or interested in anything to do with music, electronics, or even hearing a few of my songs, then please hit the subscribe button. Now, it doesn't cost you anything. Now, a few people said to me, does it cost anything to subscribe to YouTube? And it's like, no, it doesn't cost you a thing, but it really helps the channel to grow just by, being a follower, because if you are a follower, then it makes our videos kind of be suggested to other people that may have similar interests. And so, yeah, it really does help. But no, it doesn't cost you anything at all to follow, to like, or to comment, or to share. Anyway, today's video is just a silly little thing, really. It's more of a blog, I suppose, than an actual video. But a few months ago, I went to see my good friend Martin Turner of the band Wishbone, the founder member. Now, I've known Martin for quite a few years now, and he's always been a bit of an inspiration, because when I was a lot younger, because I was born in the same town, Torquay, many people used to say to me, if you keep practicing hard enough, then one day you might become as successful as somebody like Martin Turner. Well, obviously that never happened, but when he started touring in the mid-2000s as Martin Turner ex Wishbone Ash, or Martin Turner's Wishbone Ash, or whichever variation of the band name, I started going to watch them, and I've got to know Martin quite well over the years. And a few months ago they had a gig in Dartmouth, which is kind of somewhere I regard as like my second hometown, really, because it's where my grandfather lived and where I used to go for holidays and stuff, and it always kind of feels like home, really. And Martin asked me if he could have a look at the Fender Champ combo that I built, because he was thinking of getting one for his studio. And I said, yeah, no problem. Next time you're playing locally, I'll bring it with me, and you can have a play in the sound check. And a couple of days before the gig, I think it was the day before the gig actually, I messaged one of the band just saying, what time you get into the venue, because Martin wants to see this amp. And Misha said to me, oh, we're going to be there about 4 o'clock, and by the way, can you bring a soldering iron? And I thought, well, what's that all about? And so he explained that there's something wrong with Martin's bass, and could I have a look at it? And I thought, yeah, no problem. So I packed up my toolkit. I took a load of spare pots, capacitors, wire, jack sockets, anything really that you'd need for rewiring a bass guitar. And because it's his Thunderbird, I vaguely remembered it didn't actually have a toggle switch. It was just basically like 3 pots. So I thought, well, I had enough bits that whatever the eventuality is, I could get him back up and playing. So I went to the gig and hung around a bit, chatted to Mark, the sound engineer who was there before me. And then eventually the band turned up, and I took the bass guitar into the dressing room and had a little look inside. Now, some weird things happen in that dressing room. What's happened to my workshop?
Nothing! I'm busy. Clear off, come on.
Yeah, so after Mr. Wilson's comedy moment, I then set forward to do the repair. And basically what happened was this. Martin likes to have a drink on stage, and no, it's not lager or bitter or even, champagne. It's J2O. Now, J2O, for those that don't know, is a soft drink with a lot of sugar in it. And it's probably one of the worst things you could possibly have that would come into contact with anything electrical, because sugary drinks conduct electricity. And what had happened, a bit of this had spilt onto his guitar, and it had seeped inside the volume control. And so after I took the back off the control panel, immediately there was like this sticky gunge on the pot. So what I did was I disconnected the pot, I took it right out the guitar, I took the pot apart, I gave it a thorough cleaning with isopropyl alcohol and some kitchen towel and cotton buds. Got it absolutely spotless. I then put some pot cleaner on it as well for good measure, although I didn't really need to do so. Popped it on the voltmeter, stuck it on 2 ohms, and measured it, and it was running perfectly fine. So I put the pot back together because it was a nice, fairly new CTS pot, and you know, there wasn't really anything wrong with it. It just had some of these guns in it. So as I said, it was absolutely spotless when I finished. Popped it all back together, and then this happened.
First of all, it's a video. Martin, can you just tell officially this is a video? What happened? What just happened? Give him some praise.
Well, my Boro guitar, my Boro 1965 Gibson Thunderbird that I managed to blag off Peter Overend Watts from the Hoople, had gone tits up. It was not working properly anymore. So we were baffled, and we spoke to Matthew on the phone, and he said, yeah, I can probably fix that. And he just did a minute ago.
Hey!
Sorted.
So Martin can do this later on tonight?
Yeah.
Ah, yes, definitely. Awesome.
And the gig was really, really good. The band played a good solid 2-hour set, and everybody was happy. So yeah.
Yeah, Matthew North, where is he?
Here he is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, here he is.
He's here.
He's here.
Yeah, my guitar, you know, because I thump it a bit, it got a bit screwed up yesterday and was dropping out all over the place and causing awful problems. And Matthew very kindly came out and sorted it.
Yay. Well done.
Big thank you to Matthew.
Hope you like this silly little story. As I said, you know, I don't mind helping out anybody that I know if they're stuck with a, you know, a technical problem or something. It's kind of what I've always done. And it's kind of how I ended up working with, you know, so many musicians over the years doing different bits and bobs, not necessarily as a guitar player. I mean, I started with Mike Westbrook as a filmmaker, and 2 years later I joined the band. You know, I was Arthur Brown's website designer and merchandise salesman, and then, as you know, I've occasionally played on stage with him, as I did last week, in fact. So yeah, you know, I think kind of in this career, it's always good to have a broad range of skills. And, you know, I don't consider myself to be one thing nor the other. I happen to be someone that plays the guitar, who does recordings, who makes YouTube videos, who dabbles in electronics, who dabbles in photography, dabbles in filmmaking. You know, I do a bit of everything, really, and it's, you know, quite good fun, really. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this this little chat, and hopefully I will see you on the next video, which hopefully should be a little bit more of an electronics flavour.